Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online VGC 17 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. We're just jumping back into things, still with the Snorlax Pheromosa team that I used for quite a while now. I think I'm going to use it for the rest of this week because I did miss out on a couple of uploads here and there, and I do want to feature the team a little bit more. I haven't been doing as well with it, and I feel like there's still a lot more to really uncover with it, so I'm going to play with it for a little bit longer. We're actually going to find a Japanese opponent right away to kick off this episode, so yep. As always, if you guys enjoy Road to Rank, please share your support by leaving a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it, as my first opponent of the day has a team of Tapu Koko, Cortana, Porygon, Gigalith, Arcanine, and Gastrodon. So immediately I know that Pheromosa is really good here. The main concern is obviously the Arcanine. So with Arcanine, I'm probably going to want to bring Tapu Fini. Snorlax is quite good here if I can avoid Cortana. And I feel like Arcanine is a pretty plausible lead against my team. So I could lead Persian. Fini's kind of tempting. I think Persian's actually probably the best option. Part of me really wants Fini for the Arcanine specifically. But I feel like I definitely need Arcanine for my opponent's Cortana. Ninetales is probably not the right Pokemon to bring to this matchup. So yeah, I think I'm going to go Persian, Pheromosa, Arcanine in the back, Lax is the last one. Because Foul Play, High Jump Kick, and Facade all can deal with my opponent's Arcanine decently enough, and Tapu Fini can really become a liability if my opponent has, you know, Cortana, Koko, even Gigalith. Like, I don't do enough damage every turn. Even Gastrodon just walls its attacks, and since I'm not a Calm Mind variant, I can't just set up in front of a lot of my opponent's Pokemon. So, we're going to jump into this game, and let's see what my opponent brings. A relatively standard team composition, but still really scary. I mean, Porygon 2, Gigalith, it's risen in popularity for a reason. It's supported by a lot of speedy Pokemon like the Koko, like that Cortana, as we do see here. So, Cortana, Gigalith against Pheromosa, Persian. Let's say I like this. The question is, like, whether my opponent... Because obviously, like, I can just fake out High Jump Kick here, so you could go for a Double Protect. And if you do go for a Double Protect, I can switch out into Arcanine. So does my opponent want to gamble here? I also don't know whether, you know, it's Sash Tano or not. Sash would make a lot of sense. It totally could be Scarf, too. Is there any reason to speed swap? Not really. Speed swap into Lax, that's not really beneficial. I mean, my goal should be to knock out Cortana, but I think Cortana detects or switches out here. I think I'm actually going to Protect to scout out for a Protect. And Foul Play, because I think if anything wouldn't Protect, it'd be Gigalith. Although Gigalith could Z-move me. No switch outs. Oh, that's Sash Tana. I mean, that's Scarf Tana for sure then. If it's Smart Striking my Pheromosa. So, I mean, I can just switch into Arcanine this next turn. Yeah, and then I'd be able to survive a... Oh, but we could just see Smart Strike go into Persian. But with the Intimidate, will that knock me out? Maybe not. Okay, I'm guessing that's Scarf Tana based off that. Yeah, so I'm going to switch into Arcanine. I think I should be able to survive -1 Smart Strike. Actually, I don't know about that. I think I actually like High Jump Kicking Cortana and switching out into Arcanine, because if I knock out Cortana, then Snorlax is my main win condition. Persian switches out. I don't think -1 Smart Strike knocks me out, but I could be wrong. I could very well be wrong. That'd be bad for me. Yep, so it is Scarfed. Survive, please. Okay. No miss. Nice. Maybe I should have knocked out Gigalith there. Because I am just going to get Rock Slided here. That's going to do so much damage to both of my Pokemon. Yeah. I don't know about that. I have taken a ton of... Oh, and that's a crit too, I think. Oh, it's not even. Oh my gosh. Okay, Arcanine hangs on with the sliver of HP. I'll bring in Snorlax. Yeah. Well, this is scary. It's gonna really be dependent on Snorlax to win this game for me. I didn't expect the Scarftana. Although Porygon 2 coming in here is quite good for me. Yeah. You wouldn't Trick Room here. I think I can just close combat because I do have that up my sleeve. What's in the back? Nothing I can really do with Snorlax, so I think I can just stockpile here. I think Snorlax actually can just win me this game. I think I can just stockpile and close combat. Because even if Gigalith protects, I get that free +1, and then Persian comes in for fake out support, and I can just fake out Gigalith, stockpile again. And with Kartana gone, like, that's why I wanted to prioritize knocking out Kartana so much in that early game. But Gigalith switches out, okay. Into Gastron, that's really good for me. Yeah, because I think Snorlax could 3v1 this game. And CB close combat does 90% with the critical hit. Is Porygon Trick Rooming? That'd be great. Let's see. Yeah, it should be. Okay. I'll take that. So I think my goal now is to just continue stockpiling. I'm not going to belly drum quite yet because I want to render... I am worried that one of these two Pokemon have Toxic, though. That's my main concern right now, because Toxic puts a dent onto my strategy. It's lefties, Gastron, okay. So I'm going to switch in Persian right now. Who would have Toxic if you were? I mean, probably Porygon, but Gastron certainly could have it as well. I could fake out Gastrodon and just belly drum immediately, though. Yeah, I might do that. So then the next one I can just thread in a double knockout. Yeah, let's see if Snorlax can do this for me. I do like the Trick Room play, I guess, because you make the Persian relatively useless outside of getting one fake out. Close combat did a ton of damage to their Gastrodon. Could have targeted Porygon, but I liked covering the Gigalith option. And if my opponent stayed in and got knocked out, that would have been game. Oh, Gastrodon actually protects. I'm fine with that. Although I could have faked out Porygon. Not expecting to protect there. Actually, if my opponent Toxics me, that's to my advantage, because then I have +6 and Facade. So let's see whether she has it or not. Nope, just an Ice Beam. Okay, please do not freeze me. Oh, targeting Persian. Okay, we take those. Cool. That's really nice. Yeah, so that's a great turn of events there for me. Now I've got +6 Snorlax and +1 in defenses. So I can go for Foul Play on Gastrodon and Recycle, or I can double attack here. I think Recycling is probably the better call, though, just to be safe. And I will just launch a Foul Play into Gastrodon. Actually, no, I should have targeted Porygon there. I like the idea of stalling out Trick Room here. But no worries. I definitely do like my position at this point, especially if Porygon didn't go for a Toxic last turn. And Scald from Gastrodon burning me would actually, once again, increase my damage output with Facade. So even though the beginning of the game I was just, my Pokemon were dropping left and right, Snorlax is definitely in a decent position right now. And it actually outspeeds everything under Trick Room, so I will get my Berry back as well, which is very nice. I think my opponent is fishing for freezes at this point. Part of me wanted to attack there to avoid... Okay, nice. And we see Scald. Burn would actually help me more than anything. No Burn either, okay. Foul Play comes out. I don't know if this knocks out Gastrodon. It does. Nice. Nice. So this is quite excellent. Sandstorm subsides. Snorlax now is guaranteed to attack first, so it should just be able to knock out the Porygon, and Gigalith needs to crit me here with a Stone Edge to have a chance, I guess. Yeah. Even a crit Stone Edge. Actually, a crit Stone Edge might knock me out, which is annoying. Yeah. I think my opponent would have to connect, crit Snorlax, and then knock out Persian as well the next turn. A single target Rock Slide might do it, though. But I will Facade here into the Porygon and just Foul Play. And if Gigalith doesn't crit me, then I win the game. What? Okay. Oh my goodness. I thought I was gonna lose that. That's banded Gigalith, isn't it? That's why Rock Slide did so dang much to Persian. What the heck? Are you kidding me? That's so cool. So last turn a Trick Room. I'm pretty sure Fasasha just knocked. Oh, yeah, I don't want to recycle and then get Ice Beam frozen. Yeah, and goes for the double protect. Oh my gosh! And Porygon survives. That's just hilarious. Okay. I guess I could... I don't know. Sandstorm, I think, max it out. Yeah. Oh, God bless Snorlax, as it was able to pick up two of the big... Yeah, I guess actually I only got one knockout. Oh, you can see how crucial that stockpile was, but... Man, my opponent, that was so cool. I was literally speechless. I was like, pretty sure that was Choice Band Gigalith and Choice Scarf Kartana, which just explains the lack of protects on that first turn. Oh my goodness, that was certainly not what I was expecting, but that was really cool. Okay. I don't even know. Let's look for another game so I can digest that. Where do we even start, man? Like, okay. So that late game, it was really smart for my opponent to switch out the Gigalith out into Gastrodon, and I think that was actually specific, knowing like, okay, I need a way to deal with this Snorlax. Best way is probably Choice Band Explosion. But that was really, really close. Snorlax barely hung on there with the sliver of HP, but because it was able to hang on, it was able to heal back from the barrier. That's why recycling was actually so essential earlier on as well. You'd imagine, because Porygon totally could have not protected there, which... actually, no, it wouldn't have mattered, because I would have gotten the attack off beforehand anyway. But, yeah, CB, at least I'm pretty sure that's Choice Band, given how much Rock Slide did and then how much Explosion did. We're going to find Suzy from, for our second opponent of the day. That's a really cool Drift Lele team. You don't typically see Vanillux in the team comps. Like, typically you'll see Kartana over that Vanillux slot. Everything else relatively standard. But Snorlax, Lele, Arcanine, Vanillux, Garchomp, and that's not a Feeny, that's a Balloon. That's a Drift Bloom. Drift Bloom. So let's see. Okay, we played, you guys saw how I played against Drift Lele teams previously, and Burns actually helped me out. So one thing I could do is, I do have Choice Band Arcanine. Actually, Choice Band Arcanine is really good, specifically against Tapu Lele. Because I can just force a Protect onto that slot. CB Arcanine. Ninetales? Ninetales actually isn't too bad, because I can get a Aurora Veil up. Alternatively, I can just go for Snorlax and Calm Mind immediately. Or, sorry, not Calm Mind. Stockpile turn 1. So I'll go with those two. I think Pheromosa is probably necessary for the Lele Deluxe. That's probably Scarfinellix, I don't know. For the last one, I feel like Feeny actually makes sense here. Because I can get rid of Psychic Terrain. It hits Garchomp and Arcanine for super effective. Yeah. Okay. You can make a case for Persian and Ninetales here, because Ninetales hits Garchomp and Drifloon for super effective, but maybe I should have led Ninetales? I don't know. Like, Ninetales gets one big Blizzard off, but I suppose with Sash, you guarantee survival. So yeah, I don't know about my lead matchup here. I also don't know what item the Lele has, which is the other tricky part. Like, I would have loved to lead Pheromosa, but a Shadow Ball could just knock me out. Whereas, at least with Snorlax here, because my opponent doesn't have a Kartana, which typically you see on the Drift Lele comps, I can kind of just go for a stockpile immediately. Yeah. So I think turn 1, I'm actually just going to Flare Blitz Tapu Lele, as I do get the Intimidate off first. So should it choose to attack, it's just going to get obliterated by a banned Flare Blitz. Although it could survive if it's the super bulky variants. Yeah, so I'm just going to Flare Blitz Tapu Lele and go for my first stockpile. Because Drift Lele teams, if you're not running Kartana, like, it does not have very great ways to deal with this Snorlax. So that's kind of what I'm playing around. Snorlax was the MVP of the last match, putting on so much offensive pressure. Hopefully it can do the same in this one. But Lele does protect. That's fine. And the reason why that's fine is because I get a stockpile up, and then what I can do next turn is just switch Arcanine right out into Tapu Fini to get rid of the Psychic Terrain and stockpile again. The only downside is if there is a taunt from that Tapu Lele, which is very likely. But the thing is, you're not going to want to taunt when you're staring down an Arcanine that just used Flare Blitz against you. And I actually didn't want to knock out that Drifloon just so I didn't get a free switch into something like 8-card Chomp. And that might come to haunt me later on, though, but we'll see whether that was the right decision or not. Because my team actually really relies on Arcanine to knock out Drifloon, so maybe that was a bad oversight by me. But here, I'm just going to go for the Fini switching and stockpile again. I'm just going to get to +3 with Snorlax, because my opponent doesn't look like he or she has a way to really deal with it. Unless there's taunt from Lele, which definitely could be a possibility. But the thing with taunt is I can just outstall it, since my Snorlax is going to be so darn bulky. Ah, didn't consider that. Sad Cybertron. Dang, that's such a bummer. I totally forgot about Haze. That makes me... Yeah, if I just Flare Blitz Drifloon turn 1. Like, I played it safe there, but Haze is actually a very common 4th option on... on Drifloons. Okay, that's gonna have to... Gotta go back to the drawing board here. At least I will be able to heal up here with Fini with my Wiki Berry. But, man, I thought I was so clever for a moment. Feels bad, man. Okay, but I do burn the crystal from Lele. I think I'm just gonna Moonblast here and Facade. I'm just gonna try to target that down. Yeah, but like, if Drifloon doesn't have Haze, then it makes... Oh, it actually goes for Shadow. Okay, probably double up into Lele, which I could have protected. I think I can survive a Moonblast here. Oh, no. Oh, no, definitely not with that. I should have protected, I guess. I thought... Yeah, because without the Life Orb, Lele's damage output's actually rather weak. Oh, Facade's so close to a 2-shot. I don't think it will be, though. But I'll bring Arcanine back out now. Oh, man, Haze. Haze. Flare Blitz should just knock out Drifloon anyway. So the question is whether it hazes here or not. Because we also could just see a double up into Arcanine, which would be pretty bad for me. Actually, that'd be really bad for me. I should have protected last turn, because even if you double up into Lax, it's fine. Yeah, I got caught off guard by the Haze, and that was not good. Facade looks like a roll on Lele. Like, that's so close to being 50%. So I could just get a double knockout here, but Lele actually switches out, which I think I'm okay with. Yeah, sure. This Garchomp comes in. Okay, it's just going to Haze again, so I'll be able to knock out Drifloon and get some free damage off against the Garchomp. And Garchomp can't Z-move, since we already saw the Z-move. So, I think Snorlax maybe could still pull this one out. Oh my gosh, are you serious? I did not expect Drifloon to survive CB Flare Blitz either. Wonder if that was EV4 or whether that was just like, yeah. Dang, that makes me sad. Okay. Picking up that knockout would have put me in a pretty decent position to clean up with Snorlax. I think that actually might have just lost me the game, because now you can just Tailwind Earthquake safely. Snorlax can't touch Drifloon. Yeah, that's really bad for me. Oh, and the other issue is Haze gets rid of my stockpiles, but stockpile still stacks. So I can only go for one more stockpile at this point. And unless, I mean, Garchomp here definitely Earthquakes. There's no reason not to. Oh, but I'm faster. Okay. I should have stockpiled then. I'm a noob. We're definitely going to see an Earthquake. Oh, that's actually very smart. Although now you're in an awkward position where it's like you can't really just Earthquake. And Garchomp's actually probably in extreme speed KO range. But Lele is probably going to come back in. Oh, yeah. Yep, there's Lele. Don't think I have enough firepower for this one. But let me think. If you have Protect on Lele here, you definitely just protect an Earthquake. And there's still 3 turns of Tailwind. This might come down to me needing a double Protect with Pheromosa. Or I guess my opponent could just Rock Slide here if she has it. I'm gonna Recycle, hoping she Protect EQs. Yeah, there's a Protect. Very well played by her. No excuses on my end. I just forgot about Haze, and that completely ruined my game plan, but... Also, could have Flare Blitzed Drifloon. Oh my... That wasn't even a crit. That just does that much damage. Holy schmoly. So I will Recycle. The thing is, what is Garchomp's last attack? Because if it's Earthquake, obviously, like, are you going to just choose the Earthquake yourself? That's definitely Admin Chomp too, given that obviously Arcanine outsped it. Yeah. Do I want to make a crazy read here? I don't think I can win the game regardless, given who's potentially in the back. But you definitely, like, double up into Lax here, I think. Although, an Earthquake won't knock me out, will proc my Berry. The Facade won't knock out either of my opponents. That's one of the issues with running Facade. Like, Return would probably pick up the knockout at this point. Yeah. Maybe hope for a crit? Or hope my opponent Earthquakes herself? Don't think I have any outs here on... I mean, it's not unwinnable. Especially if I get the double with Pheromosa. Okay. Shoot, an Earthquake should knock out Snorlax from that range. I should have. I mean, it would still come down to me getting a double Protect anyway. Actually, my opponent might be afraid that I'm sashed and just double up into Pheromosa again. That's the most logical train of thought. So I'm just going to Protect and Facade again because the Facade will proc my Berry. And I have to play with the Focus Sash bluff right now. Don't get the double. Ah, okay. I think if I actually got the double Protect, I would have won there, because my opponent did an EQ. But what can you do about that? Oh. Well, this is interesting. This is very interesting. Can Snorlax pull a 2v1 right now? I don't know my opponent's last one, but if it's something like Vanillux... Fire Fang miss, yeah. If I got that double Protect, I think I actually... I guess it would still come down to the last one and what item it had. It was actually Snorlax, yeah. So a double Protector actually would have just won me the game. Regardless of Fire Fang miss, but that's fine. I mean, I can't really complain about that. So now it's a question of what set is that Snorlax? If it's not Belly Drum, I actually could have the advantage here. There are 2 turns of Psychic Terrain. I think I need a stockpile here to boost my defenses. Ah, there's the taunt though. Also, I did have taunt. Okay. And it's BD Lax. Oh yeah, then I definitely lose. Very well played. Very well played. Yeah, I knew it pretty much would have come down to a double Protect, I think, at the end. And Pheromosa was my win condition. So I can't be too sad about how I played that, because if I do get the double, then I just win the game, I think. It would still come down to some mind games, I suppose, but I didn't expect to even be able to claw my way back into this one, given the Haze and the, I mean, there was the taunt on the Lele, Drifloon hanging on from CB Flare Blitz with just a sliver. There were a lot of elements of surprises here, which was tricky. But my opponent played that very, very well as well. Very smart taunt there, just to cover, and it's actually BD Facade as well, which is kind of funny. And my opponent's Snorlax outspeeding mine, and I will lose this one. But no shame about that. I thought my opponent played really well. I didn't expect the Haze at all. Turn 1, like, I just totally forgot about Haze, and if that were an option to reconsider, I probably would have gone for the target onto Drifloon, because if I knock out Drifloon, then Snorlax is in a pretty clear position to potentially sweep through the game. So even though Snorlax pulled its weight in the first one, unfortunately not able to do so in the second game of this episode. But that was a really fun one for you guys, honestly. Like, the first one was a solid win, and the second one, thought my opponent played really well, managed her resources really well, and even though there was no Kartana, I was able to check my Snorlax through a combination of Haze and just really powerful attacks. That Swords Dance on Garchomp, so clever as well, when I was in a position to not really be able to do anything. So I feel like I made the right Pokemon choices, but I could have played a lot better. One of the key mistakes was also just losing Tapu Fini to the Shadow Ball Moonblast. I thought maybe I could have survived the double target. The special defense made it so that I certainly couldn't, but I shouldn't have gambled there, and I should have just burned a free turn of Tailwind by protecting that turn. So a slight misplay there. But yeah, really fun episode for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. As always, leave a like if you did, and I'll catch you guys next time. Alright, peace.